Alright, so Destination X 2011, I gotta say, not what I expected. I expected a lot more, but it didn't disappoint either. It was good. It was good. I don't know, I expected a little something more from this pay-per-view, but either way, it was good overall. So let's get into it. The first match we had was with Samoa Joe taking on Kaz in what was a good match. So real good match, spots in between, kind of slow at some points, but it was good. I don't get how the crowd was chanting "yeah" with Joe and "boo" with Kaz, and yet they were cheering them the entire match. That's just kind of what I don't understand about the crowd. The crowd's kind of weird sometimes, but it was a good match overall. And holy freaking Jesus Christ, we have Sangrieto, Curryman, and Suicide in one place at one time. And Curryman said that Sangrieto doesn't have a visa. So apparently, I guess we're not going to see Sangrieto anymore on TNA, which is good. We really don't need that guy. Now this match kind of killed the pay-per-view for a little bit. It was Fuckless Williams taking on some random jobber that nobody liked. Not even the crowd could not get into this guy. They were booing him the entire match. Fuckless Williams has no business on an X Division pay-per-view. I mean, he tried to kill the X Division at one point. Why would you feature this guy on a pay-per-view? And for that matter, why would you feature this guy along with some random jobber that nobody even knows or cares about? It should have been Rob Terry in that match. He is a true X Division wrestler, and he should have been in this match over Fuckless Williams. Really, this match just kind of killed the momentum for the pay-per-view. I mean, on top of Fuckless Williams not being an X Division style wrestler and nobody knowing who that other guy was, they were like booing him the entire match, and even when they tried to shake hands afterwards to show respect, the crowd booed. So this match had no business being on the pay-per-view. It kind of killed momentum. I mean, it was an okay match for what it was, but it had no business being on an X Division style pay-per-view. And then another match that kind of didn't pick up our energy much from the last match. It was Max and Jeremy Fuck taking on Stone Cold Shark Boy and Eric Young. Now, on one hand, you have two jobbers that people don't really care about, which is pretty much what this pay-per-view was, a pay-per-view of jobbers, so no complaint there. They're great wrestlers and everything. But then you had Eric Young. When you think X Division, you don't really think Eric Young, though. And you have Shark Boy, who he is X Division. Shark Boy is X Division. But now with this gimmick, he's just using Stone Cold's moves, and he used Stone Cold's moves throughout this entire match, not really going back to his old roots. Been in this match, I don't know. Well, it was great to see him return, even if it's just for one night, but still, just two matches that kind of dragged for the pay-per-view. I mean, they were both entertaining and everything, but I don't know, they just felt like they didn't belong. But then we do pick things up with the Ultimate X match. And really good Ultimate X match. It wasn't exactly the greatest Ultimate X match that ever came out, but there was definitely some good spots in there. And Zack Ryder, he kind of just drags the match. Like, I don't know, Zack Ryder does not belong in Ultimate X matches. He's Candice Michelle. And then you had Candice Michelle on the outside, screaming and yelling and screeching throughout the entire match because she's never on TV and she wants to annoy us as much as she can now. But basically, it was a good Ultimate X match for what it was. Alex Shelley picks up the win. He was pretty much the only guy that was deserving of winning this match, really. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the RVD versus Jerry Lynn match. I don't know, I'm not interested in either of these guys, so I kind of didn't watch it. I do gotta say, though, it was kind of awkward watching this pay-per-view without hearing Taz praise Christy Hemmings commentating after every match. I mean, really, she had some great lines in this one. I mean, when she was introducing Austin Aries, she said this: "Coming up next, all the way, it's Austin Aries, everyone!" Really, what the hell can I say about the Fatal 4-Way? Just imagine how great this match could have been, and that's exactly what this match was. It was basically a spot fest, really. That, of course, it's going to be a spot fest all around. But it was great, entertaining, exciting, had you on the edge of your seat. There was some great stuff. All these men pulling it all out there, and in the end, Austin Aries, Austin Starr, is the one with the contract, and he is going to be the one that stays in TNA Impact Wrestling. Austin Starr dedicated this match to all the so-called fans that bought the pay-per-view via illegal stream. He dedicated it to all of them. Nah, Austin Aries is good. Oh my god, match of the night. The Brian Kendrick taking on Abyss. really, there's not a lot you can actually say about the match. I mean, it's Abyss. But basically, Immortal got involved, and then all the X Division guys got involved, and Brian Kendrick is the new X Division champion. That's great. It's kind of a shock, like, believe it or not, that actually is shocking that they let Brian Kendrick win. That was all good, but the fudge was with all the confetti. I mean, don't they usually only do that when it's like the main event or whatever? I mean, they still had to clean all that up for the next match. And then the main event of the pay-per-view, it was AJ Styles taking on Daniels. That's right, the Daniels in this match. And it wasn't really a spot fest. I mean, they actually mat wrestled for a while, and then they did some spots. So it was a nice mix in between, and it was really a great match. Not better than their 2009 match, just in my opinion, but it was still a really good match for what it was. Definitely, I wouldn't say it was match of the night, though. Is more than I did into this one. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That's just my opinion. But basically, great match. Not much else I can say about it. I was kind of expecting the Daniels to turn heel, though. I don't know. Maybe he will on Impact or something. I don't know. They usually do that. They usually like tease you that something's going to happen, and then it doesn't happen until like a month later. So overall, like I said, the X Division pay-per-view wasn't as exciting as I thought. I mean, I thought they were going to bring back a lot more X Division guys. I thought they would bring back like Sanjay Dutt and Petey Williams and all these other guys, but basically the only return we got was Shark Boy. That was pretty much and some complete jobber that nobody knows. So, I don't know. I wouldn't say it was disappointing because it was still real good and everything, but just didn't live up to my high expectations. But still, it was a great pay-per-view. I'd probably give it like 7 or 8 out of 10. I don't know, that's just probably where I would rank it. The matches were still enjoyable, and it was an enjoyable pay-per-view overall. So that's what I thought. There's been MTO with MTO My Reviews. Taz, take it away. Yada, 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 yada. Blah, blah, blah. The end.